I have something to show you first. Now this is a little chart I made. So this bar here shows the average number of views that I have received on YouTube with a video that is like a cartoons that I've made. And this down here is the average number of views videos have received if I appear in them directly. So this is without me, here's with me. And what we're going to do today is have a video there where I appear, right? And I'm going to be talking about another video, a different one where I appeared, something in here. And we're going to try to really telescope this audience down if we can to probably, you know, like something like this. Like this is, here's me and that's you. So thanks for watching and let's get started. All right. Some have said it's true. But I think that while it may be true, that in this case it sort of cheapens the visionary or prophet brand, because you don't really need to be a visionary or a prophet to see that Michelle Rhee is full of shit anymore. I mean, all you have to do is to be able to read, right? The song "Rhee Came Down from the Mountain" is inspired by Michelle Rhee and her time as Chancellor of the DC Public Education System, DC Public Schools, and also her time since then where she's really led the charge nationwide for her reform ideas, which it turns out do not work. What Michelle Rhee has done is she's taken a handful of bad ideas, and she's gotten a lot of wealthy people and a lot of very politically powerful people to get behind those ideas and push those ideas. As it happens here and just about everywhere else, I think, if you have a bad idea but a lot of influential people like it, you're going to end up doing it anyway. And that's what this song is about. My own musical training was a bit of a, I don't know, it was a disgrace, really. I started taking guitar lessons from this guy. And I was going to lessons for several weeks, and I just wasn't getting any better, and I didn't know why. So I talked to my teacher about this one day when I went over to his house, and I just said, you know, I've been doing this for, 5-6 weeks, and I'm not really getting any better. Something's wrong here. And he said, do you practice at home? And I said, no, I don't practice at home. I come to your house so that you can teach me. And you hand me all these pieces of paper with little notes and pictures of strings on them, and I have to bring my own guitar, and you show me how to do things, and I give you money, and now you think that I should go home after having spent that time and that money, and I bought a guitar, and now there's more. I have to go home and practice these things that you're showing me. It didn't seem fair to me. It didn't seem right. So that's when I knew that there was something wrong. And so I fired him. I never went back. But I know that he's still he's still out there, you know, teaching guitar, and it's hard to think about that. Could be out there hurting more people. No one's going to stop him. In my case, for all of the 3 songs that I've written, it's always been the words. There's always a message that I start thinking about in my head, and I'm kind of writing it in my head for a couple days, then I start getting things down, and then the music comes later. And the music comes later because I don't really know how to play the music. There's, I guess, about 7 chords that I know, and I can play only 3 of them with any degree of fluidity and fluency. So I'm limited there, and I always end up with way too many words, and I know that nobody wants to hear me play the same 3 chords for more than probably 27 or 28 minutes. So I cut it down. I start cutting things down to make it shorter. Sometimes it's something that, you know, I don't want to say too sophisticated because that would make me sound like a dick, but just kind of too deep. My brain just works so fast. It's so fluid, and so the connections just like keep snapping and snapping, and I can't stop it. But not everybody can absorb that in a song. So things like that are just a little too, you know, they get cut out. Michelle Rhee, you're a big fat liar, can't you see? Your breath must stink from all the shit coming out of your mouth. I don't know, man. Is that too much? I don't think people are going to get it. Other times it could be that the imagery of the song just becomes too dark and disturbing and really doesn't belong in any kind of a song. When I masturbated, I used to have a plan about a Chinese nurse and a friend from Vietnam, but when I close my eyes, now they both turn into you. No, singing about it isn't helping. I can't do it. I can't. That whole section, I think, has to go. I'm really uncomfortable. It turns out that the song was really dead on. It perfectly describes her, I think, having wrote it. But what has happened since the song came out is there's another study has been done of the schools in Washington, D.C., which shows that in the last 4 years, the 4 wards of the city which have the highest incomes have had their standardized test scores, those have gone up, those have risen. And the 4 wards with the lowest income in the city, their scores have gone down. So it seems like what happened is Michelle Rhee and her team of, you know, people she left behind here have managed to increase the size of the achievement gap. It's gotten bigger. After all that bullshit, it's gotten bigger. Yeah. So I think, you know, keep an eye on her. I don't think there's enough money to keep this bitch and her stupid ideas afloat much longer. Keep an eye on it. Check out the song again if you want to. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.